The taser is carried on your non-dominant hand side. In other words, if you're righty, it's on your left-hand side and vice versa. That's what makes it weird to me that she grabbed it, you know what I mean? And you know they're going to redesign a taser. It's going to be shaped like a fucking mushroom now. Let's get right to it. And since this country, like I said, if it was a person and would have to go to a shrink and the shrink would say, why are you obsessed with race? What in God? Well, we know why the media is, right? Because it makes money. To what end? To destroying the fucking country. But we learned a lot since yesterday about the incident. A white female cop kind of fucked up bad. The black man who was killed during a traffic stop in Minnesota was fatally shot by a cop who mistook her gun for a taser, police said Monday, as they released the body cam footage of the incident showing the officer screaming, "Taser, taser." Brooklyn Center Police Chief Tim Gannon said Dante Wright died as a result of an accidental discharge by the officer who has been placed on administrative leave. Police body cam footage shows Officer Kim Potter, a 26-year veteran of the Brooklyn Center Police, yelling "Taser, taser" as others struggled with Wright in his car. The video shows Wright stepping out of his car. Again, nobody mentioned. I watched every goddamn piece of footage yesterday. Fox. I shouldn't say every. I didn't go to fucking One American News, whatever. Nobody that I saw out of the 20 channels I watched mentioned obeying the cops' commands. And that's what this is. And all this, the last 1,000 of these could have been avoided. Nobody mentioned it that I saw. I did. I watched at least 10. I haven't read it anywhere. Anyways, he got out of his car, then leaped back behind the wheel and tried to fucking drive off. Does that surprise anybody?
It's so stupid. So fucking stupid.
So we'll take a look at the footage. And what's odd about it, I was watching some experts who are cops and stuff. The taser is carried on your non-dominant hand side. In other words, if you're righty, it's on your left-hand side and vice versa. That's what makes it weird to me that she grabbed it, you know what I mean? And you know they're going to redesign a taser. It's going to be shaped like a fucking mushroom now or whatever the fucker. It's going to, whatever. I mean, watch it, whatever. Yes, this is a tragedy. But again, I'm going to stress, again. And I know people are going to go, well, I know nobody deserves to die. But where was his life headed? I'm not saying, we show video of him, selfies on him waving a gun, on Instagram, smoking a joint, drinking Hennessy, acting the fool. I mean, he was bad news. Does that mean he deserves to die? No. But why is nobody fucking mentioning do what the cop says? That goes for George Floyd, Eric, everybody. Now, here's body cam footage, and I'll point out what else I find weird about this clip. Go ahead. Resisting right now. I just shot him, she says. But why not just not resist arrest?
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
And then the other cop yells at the female cop.
Why did you do that, Terry?
What the fuck? From watching that, I believe that she really did, in all the confusion, excitement, make an honest mistake that was, tragic. How many times do you have to make the point, though? Don't fucking resist arrest, because something like this could happen and has happened. I don't understand. Horrible mistake, no doubt about it. But really, a reason to start burning down and looting fucking stores again? Really? Can't wait for the facts once again. And one specific race is responsible for that nonsense. Something you'll never... Yes, but I saw a white... Yes, there is always... These networks scour through their footage to make sure they find that footage in the Foot Locker or wherever of the one white guy in there. Of course, they identify the white cop, the woman, right? About a day after. Isn't that... Now, anybody else find that odd? That we know who she is. They mention her name and shit. Good, put her family in danger. But we don't know who the black Capitol police officer... We know nothing about him yet. Since January 6th, who shot what's her name, Babbitt? Whatever, the young girl, the young white girl in the Capitol. How does that work? Somebody explain that to me. How do we know everything about her and nothing about the black Capitol cop? You guys smell fix at all? Here's what we know about her. 26-year veteran of the Brooklyn Center, Minnesota Police Department, was identified late Monday as the officer who fatally shot the 20-year-old black man during a traffic stop. The Minnesota Department of Public Safety Bureau of Criminal Apprehension identified Officer Kim Potter, 48, who's been placed on administrative leave as the officer who shot Daunte Wright on Sunday. Police Chief Tim Gannon on Monday said he believed Potter mistook her firearm for her taser when she shot Wright on Sunday and released body cam footage of the incident during which Potter shouted taser before firing. Meanwhile, city manager, here's where our country is falling apart. Meanwhile, city manager Kurt Boganey was fired. What did he do? Boganey said Monday the officer should be given due process after Mayor Michael Elliott said she should be fired. The city manager has control of the police department, but Elliott said the city council voted Monday to give the mayor's office command authority. Can you imagine? We're in a place right now in this country where you suggest due process for a cop, and it gets you fired, even if you're black. Daunte Wright, 20, fatally shot during a traffic stop. Body cam footage showed 3 officers gathered near the stopped car. We already showed you that. He had an outstanding warrant. You know, they saw his plate, his expiration, his registration had expired. And also, they found out he had an outstanding warrant. So that's what led to all this. During a virtual workshop after the meeting, council member Chris Lawrence Anderson said she voted to fire Boganey out of fear of potential reprisals from protesters if she did not, according to the news. So she's in public admitting, I did it because, mob rules right now. Talk about failure of leadership. I caved in because I'm afraid. That's what she said. He was doing a great job. I respect him dearly, Lawrence Anderson said. I didn't want repercussions at a personal level. Whoa, how to be a team player. After all this, the police chief Gannon, get this, was heckled for calling Brooklyn Center riot a riot. After riots of looting and vandalism broke out in the Minnesota city of Brooklyn Center on Sunday night, police were told not to call the riot that ensued a riot. Do you believe that?
That's faggot stuff. You want to call it by its name, that's strictly for fags.
Once again, word games. Now, who gave that command? This is where the research has to be done. Here he is in front of the press. Listen to the press try to boss him around when he uses the word fucking riot. I don't know who the fuck these people think they are. Go ahead.
What led to you to issue a dispersal order, and then on the back end of that 10-minute dispersal order, then to issue out CO2 canisters and gas for the crowd?
So,
can you talk to us about
just so everybody's clear, I was front and center at the protest, at the riot. We did not.
It was a riot. Don't do that.
There was no riot.
There was. So
Pause.
I was.
You hear all the, I'm guessing, black press. Why are you saying, somebody actually said, don't say that. Because they've been given instructions not to use the word fucking riot. You see how corrupt They want to fucking blame. Don't say riot. It makes black people look bad. What the? A country can't survive. Nobody, no country, no organization can survive without the truth. And that's where we're headed. It's fucking creepy where this country is headed. Don't say riot. He was there. He's going to tell you what happened to one of the officers. And these cocksuckers in the media, where'd you get riot?
The officers that were putting themselves in harm's way were being pelted with frozen cans of pop. They were being pelted with concrete blocks. And yes, we had our helmets on and we had other protection gear, but
that's
an
called
officer
riot
was
gear.
Injured, hit in the head with a brick.
That's
that was a
called a
Hennepin
riot.
County deputy. He was transported to the hospital. So we had to make decisions. We had to disperse the crowd because we can't allow our officers to be harmed. And I've already answered the question, I believe, about your lighting. I know that's a big deal with you, and I understand that, but I thought I've explained that myself. So that is, I told you it's my decision, and that's why I made that decision.
You fucking people. You have no idea how to defend a nation.
I'm talking about the media, not him. Today's episode is brought to you by merchpark.com. Go to merchpark.com, pick up a shirt or a mug, one of these new designs. They do a great job for us.